Wear headphones for a better listening experience.
In remote places around the world stand silent buildings, ones no one dares to enter at night, and that only those accustomed to facing the unknown would ever approach. Buildings said to hold moving shadows and sounds echoing through their corridors, as if time itself had stopped at a moment no one ever understood. But there is one place in Canada around which people have woven the most terrifying stories of all: an abandoned hospital. Said to be haunted, and that whoever enters its halls leaves with a different face, if they leave at all. Today, we tell the story as people first heard it, and then as its truth was finally uncovered. Because some stories appear frightening at the beginning, but in the end reveal something far deeper. In the north of the Canadian province of Quebec, there was a hospital known as St. Blaise Health Institute. It opened in 1949 and served as a destination for patients from distant villages. It remained in operation for 3 decades, then suddenly closed. After the closure, stories began to surface. A man swore he saw the shadow of a person moving inside room 114. A nurse said the lights would turn on by themselves. And a young man claimed he glimpsed a strange face at the window at night. And from here, the legend was born: the haunted hospital. In 1998, 3 researchers entered the building to document these phenomena. They heard the sound of footsteps, doors opening and then closing, and movement in the corridors, despite the place being completely empty. At the time, they believed that what was happening went beyond the limits of logic. But when they began analyzing what they had recorded, the picture changed. The sounds they believed to be footsteps were, in fact, air moving through the cracks. The lights that appeared to turn on by themselves were caused by damaged electrical wiring, reacting to an old generator that had continued to operate despite the closure. And as for the shadows, they were reflections of car headlights passing near the building. But the most important discovery was in the hospital's basement. There, they found a massive industrial heating unit, corroded, leaking toxic gas since 1974. This gas, according to police laboratories, causes auditory and visual hallucinations in those exposed to it.
Mommy.
Patients, staff, visitors, all of them saw things that were never there to begin with. And so, the place was not haunted as people had believed, nor inhabited by spirits as some had claimed. The truth was simpler and more dangerous: human neglect, and a malfunction left unrepaired for years. The lesson? Not everything we fear is the unseen, and sometimes fear is created by humans, not by the unknown. Negligence, neglect, indifference create stories that resemble fiction and turn abandoned buildings into legends. But wisdom lies in this: to search, to understand, and not to surrender our minds to fear before knowing the truth. And now, the question is yours. Which do you think is more dangerous? The fear of what we do not know, or the neglect we know about and choose to ignore? Write your opinion in the comments. If this story has touched you, here we tell what is left unsaid. Subscribe to stay with us before the end.